Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you are listening to High School Hoops with our hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Steger.
All right, episode 92 of High School Hoops. We can see 100. Really didn't know if we'd even get to 100, but I think we're going to get to 100, Coach. Anyway, so, yeah, we're going to get way past 100. So this week on High School Hoops, we're going to talk about lots of stuff, and I'm not going to say it until I give a big shout-out to our sponsors. Our two sponsors, first of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. Help those great people out. Here's my theory is this is the time to help companies out that are good companies. This is why I'm eating out a couple days a week, because I want the small businesses that live in my neighborhood to be around when this thing's over. So I am like, oh, I like to eat there. I'm going to call them. I like to eat there because I want to try to keep them in business and do my small part and give them a huge tip and do what I can do. It's the same thing with Dr. Dish. You want this company around in 10 years, trust me. Great shooting machine. There's nothing like it. The most innovative. Mention High School Hoops, I'll give you $350 off your next purchase. And then same with teachhoops.com. You know what? The doors might shut if people don't come join. You know, all this new material. So come join us over there. Coach and I just got off a call. One of our teachhoops.com member calls. Have them all the time. Come join us. You'll love it. It's great. Done. It's half the prices the big boys that are out there right now, too. I'm telling you. Anyway, they won't respond to your emails as fast as I will. I can guarantee you that. Okay, go ahead, Coach. What's today's episode 92?
Well, I'm going to take it to Michael Jordan because somebody posted something about the weight room, and we're kind of talking about the complete player as we get ready for hopefully some summer action and player development. Michael Jordan did not win a championship till he hit the weight room, and then he won 6 of them. So one thing that, again, our players can control throughout this whole COVID-19 is, #1, skill development, which we talked about last week. And for episode 92, we're going to be talking about fitness. And fitness is something that players can be able to control and to be able to make themselves more physically fit and, stronger during this time.
Right. And I'm telling you right now, I can see with my son who's done playing. His high school athletic season's over. He's not a high school athlete anymore. I can see, I've spent a ton of money on him. He made me go buy one of those chin bar things you put above the door.
Yep.
Like I said, Drew, you can do push-ups and pull-ups, and there's other ways of getting strong other than free weights. Free weights are great, but he has gotten stronger. He is eating better. So I think there's things that you can do that you can help your players do. I found out that if you fill a gallon jug of water, or a gallon jug that you get milk in, fill it with water, it's 8 pounds. So if you want 8-pound barbells, that's the cheapest ones you can buy. I'm sure most of you have a gallon of milk. When it's over, rinse it out, fill it up with water, and there's 8 pounds right there. So you can do what you need to do. That's a cheap version of an 8-pound dumbbell, but it will work. But anyway, so I think you can work on strength. I think you can work on what you're eating and your nutrition. I think you can work on your conditioning. Drew went for a run a couple weeks ago, and I thought he was going to literally cough up a lung because he hadn't, done any. he's been working out in the half court and on his game, but he hadn't done any sort of conditioning or running. So I think that's another. He's trying to put mass on, but also stay in shape. So he's fighting that battle. But I think those are all things that as coaches we can help our players work through. What do you think, Coach?
Well, again, we're in the generation where we can get accessibility to anything all the time. Same with fitness workouts. Man, there's a million things.
Yeah.
I mean, even I'm not gonna lie, I have a Pinterest account and I literally Pinterest workouts all the time that I'm working out every day doing different things. But
Right.
even yoga right now for me, I wish I would have done yoga when I was in high school. All the secondary muscles that I feel, how much tighter, how much more explosive I am, the muscle recovery. That's why I'm able to work out 7 days a week is because of yoga and be able to do those type of things. But learning how to strength build without lifting weights has been a new challenge for me, but it's been enjoyable too with different types of push-ups, resistant band training, getting a resistant band.
So what happens if you don't have a resistant band at home?
I do a lot of push-ups.
Okay.
I do have some dumbbells. But all your open, a lot of that stuff you can get sent to your house, resistant bands, and they're not that expensive.
Okay.
So that's definitely, those are the things that are probably the most affordable for players right now to purchase. And doing stuff like yoga, that's really good stuff. Leg conditioning, all those plyometric, isometric things are really good for conditioning your muscles right now too. And then ultimately, conditioning, you talked about it. You're a much better player on the floor when you're really conditioned all the time. So I don't know.
I think one of the keys too is literally what you're putting in your body.
Oh, absolutely. It's amazing. I'm like, oh man, if I drink a lot of lemon water and then I've been working out, but I was so dehydrated for a while, through this whole time, you kind of learn how to really eat better too if you want to. You have choices. You're able to control yourself. You're able to monitor what you're doing. So right
you're
now,
not running late. You're not running late from practice and stopping Chipotle or get a burger or something.
I think
yeah.
The key in this too is teaching your players to develop a routine and stick with it. I think that's the hardest thing. Is there is so much time, but making sure they allot time and schedule time to keep in a routine to do these things, that's how they're going to be successful. Trying to do it at every time, I work every morning at the same time every single day. Right now they're oh, I don't feel like working out. I might work out at 10 o'clock later. No, it's really about being consistent about when you're doing things too.
It is. Well, I found that in my life. I needed some sort of routine.
Right.
I wake up, I come to my office, I do some work, I do the school stuff. And then, after that, I think that, I everything's kind of compartmentalized. So I'm you got to get some sort of routine. But I think the key takeaway here is things that your players can work on. Last week, we were talking about skill work. This week, we're talking about, the conditioning, the strength, the nutrition, all of those things. Again, as a coach, we're all smart enough that we can find that perfect thing for them to have that specific kid might need.
Right. So those 5 pillars I was talking about last week, character, hopefully that's embedded in your program. But there's 2 skills that not a lot of times basketball players, they either have it or you don't. And that's really the vision and seeing things that's special players that can do that.
Right.
And then the other thing is the mental toughness. That's something that is ingrained, but it's also special players that have it. The 2 things that I noticed, those mid-major players that end up giving you some sufficient minutes at the high school level, are those players that understand if I work more on my skill development and get stronger and faster, I'll become a better basketball player.
Right.
There's just some kids that are never going to be that good at the vision piece and the understanding of the X's and O's of the game, and they're not going to be that mental edge kind of player, but they're still going to be a very special aspect to your program if they have more skill set and they're more physically fit.
Right.
And so, and those are the players that just end up making medals. Last week we talked about, or 2 weeks ago we talked about players that are suffering the most throughout this. It's those players that are those players that maybe were on the bench as juniors in the senior year, they're going to have an opportunity to be a contributor. If they're not doing those things right now, they're not going to give you those minutes when it comes to November, December of the upcoming season.
Right. I agree. All right. So anything else on that, Coach?
Nope.
Okay. So what's our full timeout this week? I like ice cream. That's my favorite dessert. No, just go ahead.
One thing you're looking forward to this summer?
Getting outside a little bit more, but I've been pretty good about that even since quarantine started. Hopefully.
Are we able to fish yet? Aren't you a fisherman?
I am a fisherman, but I haven't been fishing recently. I don't even know if my boat's capable. I think I'm hoping by the end of the summer I can get out to the lake house in New Hampshire where my brother has a place.
Yeah.
So that's my hope. That's kind of my little carrot because I think I can make it there in a day. Like I think we can do one stop, drive out. That'd be pretty easy. So that would be my hope. What I'm looking forward to is maybe getting back in the gym. Not super optimistic about it, but that's one of my things for this summer. Usually it's about rejuvenating, but I'm ready to go back to work.
Me too. I think the one thing I'm looking forward to is that like when this COVID started, it was warm out and I was able to take my daughter and shoot around and play basketball. Like we haven't been able to do that. So I'm hoping that the summer will be able to evolve and I'll be able to teach her the game a little bit.
Yeah, I think that, yeah. And your kids are, I mean, I know they're at a young age and it's hard, but you will never get, this time is special, to be honest with you. It's stressful.
It is really special.
It is. Like, hell, I think I see I probably saw my teenagers more when we were in school than I do now because like they're all off doing their own thing in the house somewhere. But all right, till next week, Coach.
All right, sounds good.
All right, see ya.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.